in the serene landscape of North Yorkshire, standing in the shadow of the Hambleton Hills, lies one of the most structurally significant ruins of medieval Europe. Byland Abbey. To the casual observer, these towering limestone walls and broken arches are merely a picturesque remnant of a forgotten past. But to historians and architects, they represent a monumental turning point in British construction, a physical bridge connecting two of the greatest architectural eras in human history. Today, we are stripping away the centuries of decay to reconstruct this forgotten masterpiece. We will examine how a group of wandering monks transformed this quiet valley into a thriving economic and spiritual empire, explore the sophisticated engineering that kept these massive stone structures standing, and uncover the dramatic political catastrophe that brought it all crashing down. This is the complete academic and architectural history of Byland Abbey. To understand why Byland Abbey was built, we must first understand who built it. The story begins in the 12th century during a period known as the High Middle Ages. In the year 1177, a community of monks belonging to the Cistercian order finally settled on this site after decades of wandering and escaping border warfare. The Cistercians were reformers. They believed that the mainstream monastic life of the time had become corrupt, wealthy and soft. They sought literal isolation, seeking out wilderness areas far from towns and cities where they could live by the strict rule of Saint Benedict, ora et labora, prayer and work. When they arrived at Byland, they brought with them highly advanced engineering skills. Construction of the great church began almost immediately, utilizing the abundant local yellow-brown limestone. The project was immense, taking nearly 30 years of intense manual labor to complete. What they created was not just a house of prayer, but a self-sustaining monastic city that housed over 100 monks and hundreds of lay brothers, completely reshaping the local economy through sheep farming, wool trade, and metallurgy. Architecturally, Byland Abbey is a masterpiece of transition. In the late 12th century, European architecture was undergoing a radical evolution. For generations, the dominant style was Romanesque, characterized by massive, thick walls and heavy semicircular arches. We can see this style beautifully preserved in the lower tiers of Byland's west front, where the grand entrance doorways feature those traditional rounded curves. However, as you lift your eyes toward the upper sections of the ruin, the architecture undergoes a dramatic shift. Here we see the emergence of the Early Gothic style. The heavy, rounded arches give way to tall, sharply pointed lancet windows. This wasn't just a stylistic choice, it was a revolution in structural engineering. Pointed arches allowed architects to distribute the immense weight of the stone ceilings much more efficiently, directing the downward force toward the ground rather than pushing outward against the walls. This breakthrough allowed the walls of Byland to be built higher than ever before, while opening up space for large windows that flooded the once dark medieval interiors with natural heavenly light. Let us examine the sheer physical scale and layout of this complex. The great Abbey Church was built in a traditional cruciform, or cross-shaped layout. It was exceptionally large, measuring over 100 meters in length. To support a building of this magnitude, the external walls were built with incredible durability, varying between 1.5 to 2 meters in thickness. The central nave stood as a towering continuous hall rising nearly 30 meters into the air, equivalent to a modern 4-story building. Connected to the south side of the church was the cloister, a massive, open-air square courtyards surrounded by covered arcades. The cloister was the heart of daily monastic movement, connecting all the vital sectors of the abbey. Surrounding this courtyard were more than 50 highly specialized rooms. The chapter house, where the monks gathered daily to read monastic laws and make administrative decisions. The refectory, a magnificent dining hall, where monks ate in absolute silence while listening to scripture. The dormitories, long, upper-floor chambers where the monks slept on simple pallets, designed with direct staircases leading into the church for midnight prayers. Why build on such a colossal scale? In the medieval worldview, the grandeur, height, and perfection of a church were physical manifestations of the glory of God. A taller building symbolically brought mankind closer to the heavens. For nearly 4 centuries, Byland Abbey thrived as a beacon of devotion and economic power. But its demise did not come from a natural disaster. Foreign invasion or structural failure. It came from a single, absolute political decree. What remains today is a hauntingly beautiful skeletal ruin, carefully preserved by English heritage. The most iconic feature left standing is the partial circle at the very peak of the west front. This was once a magnificent stained glass rose window, inspired by the great cathedrals of France. In its prime, it was one of the largest circular windows in the entire world, casting vibrant, colorful patterns of light across the vast stone floor below. In the 1530s, King Henry VIII initiated the dissolution of the monasteries. Driven by a desire to break away from the Catholic Church in Rome and a desperate need to replenish the royal treasury, Henry ordered the systematic closure and seizure of every monastery in England. In 1538, the monks of Byland were forced to surrender their home forever. Byland Abbey is a monument to human ambition, engineering genius, and the fragile nature of power. It stands as a reminder of an era when master masons pushed the absolute limits of stone and gravity to touch the sky. As the wind blows through these empty Gothic arches, the silence of Byland speaks volumes about the incredible history etched into its stones. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into medieval history. If you enjoyed this architectural exploration, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Leave a comment below sharing your favorite part of this journey. and we will see you in the next exploration of history's greatest wonders.